Here to you, your family. We want to thank Honor Flight, but the sacrifices that all of you made to protect our country is something that will always be honored. And we are very grateful, and we also happen to welcome you with a 70-degree day in D.C., which doesn't always happen around here. So appreciate you. We'll see you out here. Be safe getting off board. Captain.
It was the greatest day of our lives.
When father and son Marlin Hensler Jr. and Marlin Hensler III set off to Washington, D.C. on a Badger Honor flight on Saturday,
I imagined it being one of the best days that I've ever had.
They expected the stories, the monuments, and even the thank yous.
I have never seen so many people in my entire life welcome us home.
Hensler.
Hello good people, I hope that you're all doing fine and amazing from wherever you're watching me from. Welcome to African Commentary, whereby we learn and grow every day. So in today's video, this happened like 2 days ago, whereby it was Veterans Day and people celebrated. Just saw a heart-touching moment whereby the former president of the US, Barack Obama, just made a surprise appearance on a flight which was carrying the veterans, military veterans. You know, this is just something that has touched my heart. You know, these people, there are people who are not recognized really, especially by the president. I didn't even see Trump wishing them a happy Veterans Day. Maybe he did, I didn't check. President Barack Obama taking his time just to come and appreciate them, and he even went ahead and made a handshake with almost all of them. You see, this is beyond politics. This shows what kind of a human being he is. Whether he was a good president, whether he was a bad president, this shows that beyond being a president, he's human and he knows how it feels to be appreciated. It shows that he has gratitude, especially these people who put their lives on the line for the country and they just go unappreciated, you see. But for him, he saw that it's a moment that he can really appreciate them. And for most of them, they are older people actually. Some are disabled. For most of them, they have never even seen the president or made a handshake. But this moment whereby he just made the appearance, made them feel seen, feel valued, it just made their day. And before I speak much, let's watch the videos and then I'm going to give my 2 cents at the end. Also, let me know what you think about this.
Hello, everybody. What? As we approach Veterans Day, I wanted to stop by and just say thank you for your extraordinary service to you, your family. The sacrifices that all of you made to protect our country is something that will always be honored. And we are very grateful, and we also happen to welcome you with a 70-degree day in D.C., which doesn't always happen around here.
That's the first time I've seen a president, former or current, greet an honor flight, and that is absolutely amazing. A commander-in-chief, a leader who's going to show up and tell you that your service was worth something. I think that's the important part, so I think it was a great thing that happened.
Last time I got to see a president, it was Gerald Ford.
How about that?
It was a joy in my heart today to see all these people. It's good. We still got people in our country, and that's good.
I had tears in my eyes. I just couldn't believe that there was that many people around that remembered us and was there to greet us, and it was just unbelievable.
Well, it means a lot because back then you got off the plane there and you had no welcome and people were almost booing you.
I'm real happy that now with current troops that come back from deployments, they get welcomed back really nice because that's what should happen. So it's being recreated in this flight and it makes you feel good.
I haven't flown for 50 years. I was in the military from 72 to 76. Our country puts these things up, these memorials, honoring the men and women that served. You couldn't ask for something greater.
As a veteran who served this country, over the past 10 years, I have truly lost my faith in my service to this country, the way that the country is going now, the direction in which the country is going now led by this regime. But when I see former President Barack Obama show up at D.C. Reagan Airport to surprise a group of veterans who are doing an honor flight, to thank them for their service and to shake each and every single one of their hands, thanking them for their service to this country, it restores my faith in my service to this country. Watch how former President Barack Obama greets and thanks and honors those who have served.
Hello, everybody. What? As we approach Veterans Day, I wanted to stop by and just say thank you for your extraordinary service. To you, your family, the sacrifices that all of you made to protect our country is something that will always be honored. And we are very grateful, and we also happen to welcome you with a 70-degree day in D.C., which doesn't always happen around here.
That's the first time I've seen a president, former or current, greet an honor flight, and that is absolutely amazing. A commander-in-chief, a leader who's going to show up and tell you that your service was worth something. I think that's the important part, so I think it was a great thing that happened.
Last time I got to see a president, it was Gerald Ford.
How about that?
It was enjoy my heart today to see all these people. It's good. We still got people in our country. That's good.
I had tears in my eyes. I just couldn't believe that there was that many people around that remembered us and was there to greet us, and it was just unbelievable.
Former President Barack Obama did not go on that plane and look at those veterans and say, oh, you voted for Trump, I'm not going to shake your hand. Our veterans are being impacted right now with this current administration and their draconian policies. Many of our disabled veterans right now depend on SNAP benefits in which they are not receiving. So if you voted for this regime and this administration, don't thank a veteran. Don't thank a veteran for Veterans Day because you voted against our benefits.
Hello and good morning. I'm sorry, I'm a little emotional. I just saw this story about the honor flight from Wisconsin that had veterans from the Korean War and the Vietnamese War, the Vietnam War, sorry. Anyway, when the plane landed, guess who spoke to those? It was Obama. So he got up there and he just said a few words and thanked them for their service. And as they were deplaning, he shook their hands and again reiterated the thank you for your service. And the reason why I guess it just made me emotional is because this is what they deserve, right? They're at the end of their lives. They deserve to be respected and honored. But not only that, we know that other syphilitic Sid, we know he couldn't do it. He wouldn't do it unless he made it about himself. And so I'm going to not talk about him, but I'm just going to say, bravo, Mr. Obama. That was well done. And I know that they do these things all the time, and I know it looks good, it's a photo op. We know all of that. But the level of decency and kindness is what we're missing right now. He didn't get up there and ramble and talk about how terrible the country is, and he didn't get up there and he didn't talk about Sid at all. He just thanked those men and women and their families for their service and wished them well on a balmy day. So to all those veterans, thank you for your service. The ones serving, the ones that gave the ultimate sacrifice. That's what it should look like. Honor and decency. Don't worry, I'll be back later to trash talk Sid. Don't worry, it's coming. But I just wanted to at least acknowledge that this morning.
We'll begin tonight with Veterans Day, a time to honor and appreciate those who served in our military.
And over the weekend, a group of Wisconsin veterans received the ultimate Thank you. Maddie Heimsch shares their story.
It was the greatest day of our lives.
When father and son Marlin Hensler Jr. and Marlin Hensler III set off to Washington, D.C. on a Badger honor flight on Saturday,
I imagined it being one of the best days that I've ever had.
they expected the stories, the monuments, and even the thank yous.
I have never seen so many people in my entire life welcome us home.
Hensler II served as an air traffic controller in the Marine Corps from 1959 to 1964.
They made me the man I am.
But even he couldn't have anticipated how their flight would end.
Hello, everybody. What?
They said somebody's going to come on and say something to you, and I don't need to introduce them.
Thank you for your extraordinary service.
But I got off the plane, and there was this nice, tall gentleman, and he said, "Welcome, Marlin." And I looked at him. You know, it was the ex-president of the United States, Mr. Obama.
Former President Barack Obama greeted 87 Wisconsin veterans and their loved ones at Ronald Reagan Washington National Airport, handing each service member a presidential challenge coin.
Like the ex-president of the United States actually saying thank you. Isn't that great?
A memento Hensler says he'll keep forever.
It's a once-in-a-lifetime experience for me and my dad, and it's something we're going to remember forever.
And a moment he says he'd serve his country all over again to experience.
Give a little bit for your country. You'll be surprised the country gives a little bit to you.
Reporting in Madison, I'm Maddie Heimsch, News 3 Now.
What an unforgettable moment. Maddie, thank you. Badger on.
See, this right here is what a president do.
Hello, everybody. What? As we approach Veterans Day, I wanted to stop by and just say thank you for your extraordinary service to you, your family. The sacrifices that all of you made to protect our country is something that will always be honored. And we are very grateful, and we also happen to welcome you with a 70-degree day in D.C., which doesn't always happen around here.
That's the first time I've seen a president, former or current, greet an honor flight, and that is absolutely amazing. A commander-in-chief, a leader who's going to show up and tell you that your service was worth something. I think that's the important part, so I think it was a great thing that happened.
And he didn't have to do that. He did that because he wanted to. And some of y'all even have to question if he was the greatest president. But you heard what that lady said. She's never seen an active or non-active president ever do what Obama did. That's how you show appreciation for the veterans on Veterans Day. The people that went out there and fought for this country. Shit, my mom is even a veteran. So to all you veterans out there, happy Veterans Day. And just know, we appreciate your service. Rather if you're getting told every day or not, we appreciate you.
Hey, just so we're clear, MAGA, your guy will never ever make people feel like this.
Hello, everybody. What? As we approach Veterans Day, I wanted to stop by and just say thank you for your extraordinary service to you, your family. The sacrifices that all of you made to protect our country is something that will always be honored. And we are very grateful, and we also happen to welcome you with a 70-degree day in D.C., which doesn't always happen around here.
That's the first time I've seen a president, former or current, greet an honor flight, and that is absolutely amazing. A commander-in-chief, a leader who's going to show up and tell you that your service was worth something. I think that's the important part, so I think it was a great thing that happened.
Last time I got to see a president, it was Gerald Ford.
How about that?
Never.
You absolutely have to see this clip of President Obama, and this is how our veterans should be treated every single day.
In Vietnam, it's all free for them. We show them all their monuments and explain what their monuments are about. We just try to treat them with dignity that some of them didn't get when they came home from the war.
Hello, everybody. What? As we approach Veterans Day, I wanted to stop by and just say thank you for your extraordinary service to you, your family. The sacrifices that all of you made to protect our country is something that will always be honored. And we are very grateful, and we also happen to welcome you with a 70-degree day in D.C., which doesn't always happen around here.
That's the first time I've seen a president, former or current, greet an honor flight, and that is absolutely amazing.
What President Obama did shouldn't be amazing, but it is. And that is exactly how every single veteran we have here in the United States should be treated every single day, not just on Veterans Day. And I am the proud granddaughter of a veteran of World War II. And this, I know I'm very emotional, but thank you, President Obama, for doing this and recognizing their service.
Moments like this reminds us that we really need to choose our leaders wisely. You see, we really need to look beyond politics. We really need to look at the values of this person. Is this person kind? Is this person generous? Does this person have gratitude? You see, because most of the time we just put people on the seat just because of the things they promise, which they end up not doing, and even making life more difficult, making things more worse. But at the end of the day, it comes to us as the voters, it comes to us as the citizens of the country. We have the power of who to put in the office, you see. In this video, I don't really want to talk about Barack Obama's presidency, what he did, what he didn't do, but that action that he did is what has just made me have a different, what can I say, see him as a great man, see him as a kind man, see him as someone who really, beyond politics, he's someone who relates to people. He really feels how it feels to be a normal or a regular citizen. You see, these veterans are people who spent most of their lives on the line, going to wars, making sure that the country has peace, that people live well, that everything is in order, only for them not to be appreciated. You see, this moment that Barack Obama took, he took his time and decided to make a surprise visit to them. It's just a moment that should be recorded in history. Our children should know about this and about him. You see, kindness cuts across every division, whether you are a politician, whether you are, I think character is the greater thing in a human being. It doesn't matter the title that you hold. Do you really care about others? Do you really have empathy? Do you have sympathy? You get? Are you kind? Are you generous? Like, these people were so happy and you could see their reactions. This is something that they will never forget. They will live to tell their children, their grandchildren, especially now that they're old. This is something that it's exciting to them in their old age, and not only to them but to any other regular citizen, especially those who put their lives on the line just to protect the country, just to ensure that other citizens are living okay, that their lives are well. You get? So I would love that when we put leaders, or even the current leaders, they should emulate what former president has done. This is a great moment. It is something that needs not to be forgotten. It is something that needs to be emulated. Sometimes they need to put down their titles, they need to put down their hats. Whether you are a president, whether you are a governor, all those titles mean nothing when you do not have gratitude, when you do not appreciate your people. Especially these people took part in putting you in the office, but at the end of the day, when you get that seat, you forget about them. You forget about how they really rallied for you to get that seat. You even make life harder for them, you get? So this is so great. This is something that has just lightened me up. I can imagine it's me. What about those people? How did they feel that day? It made their day memorable because it is something that it is done once every year in the US. So it just made their day and made them feel special, made them feel like, you see, there is someone somewhere who recognizes the work that we did. There is someone somewhere who values what we did. It did not go to waste, you get? And also, as citizens or regular people, it's also in our part to celebrate these people who put their all in work to protect our country, to ensure peace is there in the country. We should really appreciate them, you get? So without saying much, let me stop there, and also let me know what you think about this whole video. How has that moment made you feel? I would love to know. Let's meet in the next one. Bye guys.